shit. Just call it Random Rambles with Rob.
What up, everybody? This your boy B-Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a first-time listener, I'd like to thank you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if somebody recommended you to me, if you're in that person's general vicinity, go ahead and reach over and give them a crisp high five. But fear not. If you're not around that person that recommended you to me, I want you to go ahead to your social media app of choice, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever have you, whatever you're using. I mean, I don't know if you're talking to that person on Tinder or Grindr or however that works. I don't even know if they got DMs over there because they ain't nothing I mess with. But send them that DM. Tell them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find this show on various platforms. You can find me on Twitter at 3R Show. You can find me on Facebook at Random Rambles with Rob in your search bar, or you can go to facebook.com/3R Show. You can find me on Instagram, walking the hollowed halls of Walmart. I almost forgot it. I changed it not too recently. At the 3R Show, because that punk motherfucker got 3R Show for his account. He ain't posted since 2017. Sorry, son of a bitch. Anyway, you can go to randomrobcast.com also, and you can find many other things, ways to help the show grow financially if you're more inclined to do so. I got merchandise, all that other cool stuff, but randomrob.com is where you go. I might have said Random Robcast because I just recently changed that shit too. It's got to get fresh in my memory. I got to get used to saying it. randomrob.com. Anyway, I have guests. Yeah, I put emphasis on the S joining me on this edition of the show. Fairly new podcast. I seen it all in the name. A tweet scrolled across my timeline ever so gently, and I seen the name of this thing, and I was just like, bacon, egg, and cheese. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. They spelled bacon funny as fuck. Then I hushed my mind. I calmed and I focused and I looked at the words, and it said bacon, egg, and trees. And I was like, I get the references. I dig it. I need to talk to these people. Get to scrolling through their catalog and whatnot. And this is a fresh new podcast. So without further ado, joining me, they're going to give you their names because I know it ain't bacon, egg, and trees, but the lady is from Baecon, Egg, and Trees. How are you?
Hey, we're doing splendiferous. Is that a word?
Splendiferous. If it came out your mouth, it's a word.
There we go.
If you can dream it, it can be it. But how are we doing on this?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you so much for having us on your podcast. Like you said, we're very new. Well, go ahead, Baecon. Start it off. Let's treat it off. Go ahead. Start off with
Hi. Well, my real name is Xandra. Hi, everybody. I'm technically Baecon.
Hey, everybody. It's Eggs, a.k.a. Courtney, a.k.a. Sierra, whatever you do on the podcast. That's me.
Word.
And it's Trees, and my name is Paige.
So how did this trio of bacon, egg, and trees come to be? I mean, how'd y'all all meet? Are y'all like childhood friends? You meet at school? You meet at a concert? How does this go down?
Well, we're all friends. Me and Tabe went to school together, and then I met Courtney in college, and then we all just started hanging out together.
Word. Cool. I mean, how many homie trips have y'all taken? Y'all just all got together and threw money down and said, let's take a trip somewhere.
A lot. I'm about to say probably too many to count.
Where the furthest out y'all been?
The furthest one we went to was Jamaica in 2018. That's was our first international group trip that we did.
Cool. Did y'all had to get passports and stuff for that? I imagine so, right?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
We got pictures of, we took the classic
Instagram passport picture on his Facebook with everybody passport in the airport.
Word.
Nails matching our covers, you know.
Shit, we took a cruise. We went to we were supposed to go to Cozumel, Mexico or some shit like that. And it was like, well, since you're going into international waters and all this shit, you're gonna need a passport. So we went through all the rigmarole of getting our passports and everything, because that's what we were told. And then we get to the motherfucking port. We whip out these fresh ass passports that we just paid all this money for, and it's like, you really didn't need that. I was like, you son of a bitch.
What? Let me tell you something though. The reason why they tell you to get a passport when you're going like out of the country or on like non-U.S. territorial waters is because if you die, they can fly your body back. Now, if you don't have no passport, they're gonna have to put your body on a ship and ship you to wherever you need to go.
Wow.
Well, shit. I mean, all right.
So that's the plus side to having a passport if you're traveling internationally, or if you get sick or something like that and you need to get home immediately.
Yeah,
you can fly.
Cool.
You don't have to take a boat.
I got you. And I mean, hopefully it's not no conspiracy ridden death or some shit. I'm getting blown the fuck up by rogue missiles and shit. How they gonna find my passport then? I ain't gonna have no passport.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, how was that experience? Because I've seen many pictures of Jamaica. I've seen movies depicting Jamaica as a weed capital and whatnot, but I've never been myself. So I mean, I want to live through y'all for a moment. Tell me how Jamaica was for the trio.
Hot.
The
sun is different there. Like the sun comes straight through and just beam down on you. It's kind of like you don't got no type of cloud cover. I mean, it's beautiful. Like the sky is blue, the water is blue. It is so beautiful. But I think my Americanized skin was just like, girl, you need sunblock and a hat and long sleeve shirts and long pants. Because I literally got sun poisoning from being down there for like 5 days.
Shit, sun poisoning. I mean, I heard of sunburnt, but I mean, what the hell that like? I mean, you slumped over, turning green.
Yeah, it's like I work in the office here. I'm in Maryland, and I work in the office, so I don't get sun exposure at all. And then my body was kind of in shock that I went down there and just like out in the sun all day.
If I said the N-word, it would have been that son was like, come on, what's going on here?
Go fresh skin with crisp up, I think I will.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. They say you got to get at least 30 minutes of sun a day. You need to just stand out on the porch or something, then come back in. You got to be doing exercise or nothing.
30 minutes. That's a long time.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, you ain't got to do 30 minutes consecutively. I mean, go out, get you a 10 in, then come back in. Go out, get you another 10, come back on in. Or you can break it down in fives, however much time you got, you can put it in intervals.
I'm about to say, the most I do is to and from my car.
I was just about to say that's the most. And that's probably about 30 seconds.
Well, come on. I mean, you got to start dragging them steps out a little bit. Just like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Make you got to maximize them sunlight minutes. But what
we'll have to try that.
Yeah. I mean,
the food was good too, though. In Jamaica, oh my gosh.
People were really nice. Yeah.
I mean, what were they nice or were they tourist nice?
I mean,
there's a difference. You'd be like, yeah, baby.
You're right. There is a difference. I don't know. Where the place that we visited, they were nice. Like, they didn't have any issues, and I didn't, I don't know if they were nice because they knew we were tourists and they wanted our money, or they're just generally like nice people. I can't tell the difference, but I had a good time.
Well, so I guess that's all that matters. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah.
A good time. So fuck it, they was pretending.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do what they were paid to do.
I mean, so y'all like you just talking about the cuisine and everything or whatever. I mean, did y'all get into the hot jerk stuff or whatever, or you just
absolutely in everything, the jerk chicken, the oxtails, the rice and peas, the fish.
I even had goat. Did I have goat on my trip? It just like I had goat when I was down there.
Oh man, goat is delicious. I must say. Now, because think about that. Would you had goat any other time if you hadn't gone to Jamaica?
Hell yeah. I would have. I'm a foodie.
Okay, so you just got I was about to say you just got random goats walking around and shit. You just jump on them motherfuckers. I eat a motherfucking goat.
It's some really nice Jamaican places here that I go to eat at, and they have goat on the menu. That's actually I tried it in America before I had it when I went to Jamaica, just to make sure I didn't want to get over there and waste people's food. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so I was like, let me get my cultural cuisine up.
So, I mean, you say you're a foodie and everything. I mean, what's the most out of your realm have you ever been as far as, having a dish to eat? So you said you had goat and whatnot. I mean, have you had anything, more wild than that?
Chitlins. I had those for Christmas Day 2019, and I'm never going to eat them again.
Well, that's a hell of a present.
Take me out of that pot. Don't put my name in that pot. I don't want none of those.
So were you there for the process of making, or you just had the end result?
I was there when I could smell them cooking.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like,
Yeah, so okay.
And
I'll give you that.
I chewed one and I was like,
I'll give you that. So if you was there for the whole process or whatever, I mean, your opinion might be different. But if you was just, somebody came out the back, none of that whole sitting there watching the pot boil and shit. If somebody just gave you a plate and ate it, I think your experience would have been different. Because I love some chitterlings. They're delicious.
I'm good.
I will say though, I had caviar one time. It tastes like absolutely nothing.
Well, so they just gave you a can of air, pretty much, huh? So it's a little paste.
Right.
That never intrigued me or whatever. I mean, I've always heard of beluga caviar and all this other stuff. That's what the fancy people eat and whatnot. But I've never been compelled to want to try it. So, fuck that couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a kangaroo burger.
Kangaroo?
Yeah. And it was.
Oh, no. That is messed up.
Hey.
I'm kind of sad now. They've been killed hella kangaroos in that fire, man.
Oh, okay.
And kangaroos could still hopping around. You want to eat it?
Well, I mean, hell, that was before this fire stuff. That was many moons ago. I mean, the shit, and then hell, I mean, you can't. I'm not making jokes about what's going on over there, but I mean, you can't let the meat go to waste. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it was a good burger for what I had. It had a little hop to it. I had to throw that jab.
Wow.
Yeah, I had my sound effects working. You would have heard that. The little ba-doom. God damn it.
Did it have like an acquired taste? Like what?
Well, I don't know. Like, compared to a regular hamburger or whatever, it was just like the meat. It tasted like it was made spicy or whatnot. It didn't taste like a run of the mill beef patty or nothing like that. It was definitely some different shit. And I was like, I know this is not a beef burger. Mm-hmm. But then again, I ain't never.
Have you had venison before?
Oh yes, venison. I had deer jerky, deer sausage. All that stuff is delicious.
It is.
Oh, I know. Oh boy. Oh shit. Anyway, we be sitting here talking about food all goddamn day. So I mean, y'all get together, y'all form Voltron, freaking the Megazord or whatever generation that y'all know that have characters that come together and form a higher supreme being. But what made y'all say, hey, let's start a podcast?
Those are the exact words Chave actually said during the phone conversation. She was like, hey, let's start a podcast. And me and Patrick was like, okay. Went from there.
So y'all two already had it in your mind. Y'all was just waiting on the third person to be like, hey, to ask the question.
I mean, well, she had always talked about, she wanted to start a podcast, and we're on the phone a lot. Like, if we don't talk to each other every day, we talk at least every other day. So we all had these conversations, and we were like, it's people, our age, other millennials, kind of going similar situations. And like I said, she always talked about, starting her own podcast. And then she was like, we should start a podcast. And like Courtney said, we were down with it. So that's how it started.
Cool beans.
Don't worry, another podcast comes soon. Come 2020. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, once you put it in stone. Y'all put your hands together. Y'all threw them up in the air. It was like, break. We gonna do a podcast. I mean, what was the thought process going into it? What was it like? What are we going to talk about? You know, what days are we going to do it? What was the process like?
I think it stemmed from behind the name. Like once we came up with a name, I think everything else kind of came easier about like how we would, I guess, organize the show. Mm-hmm. Like it's called Bacon, Eggs, and Trees. I actually think we started off with bacon, eggs, and cheese because we all like food, and I love breakfast food. I'll eat breakfast food at lunch and dinner. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those people. So I think it started off with the name, and then we were like, we're talking about relationships, so let's just throw the Bay in there because, you know, that's Bay. And then I'll blow a tree down tomorrow, today, yesterday, last night, next week. So I was just like, well, that's it. That's the icing on the cake. That's the tree on the podcast.
And then the air, like you said, it is a question for the weekend, but we are all female podcasts, so, you know, eggs, the woman, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to get, you know, technical.
Yeah.
That's, you know, how everything coupled together, bacon, eggs, and trees.
Word.
And even throughout our show, now, like food themed, like segment, like our first segment is called Catch Up, because we gonna catch you up on what we're doing. Then we have Hot Topic. Had to sing it. Feeling vocal today. We have the Hot Topics, and then we have our Bay of the Week, and the Bay stands for Black and Educated or Black and Excellent. And then we have our main course.
Word. I like that.
Which is our like actual topic.
That's a dope setup, and then I can see there's a pun in there when I see your hashtag. It say Bay ET, and it's like BET. I get it. Ha. You know? See, that's why I needed y'all to hear the sound effects, because I could put the damn drum thing in there, because y'all got on me about my motherfucking kangaroo burger joke and shit, and here y'all is with all these goddamn puns and shit. Whatever. But how has
you can eat as many kangaroo burgers as you want, sir. That's your stomach.
But how has the experience been so far? Y'all started back in August, maybe September?
That's a good question.
I think our first one, we recorded it in like the end of June.
I don't know.
No, it was end of June because I came down there in like right after June.
For the 4th of July. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it was like the end of June we first recorded, but like we literally started off blind. I just was Googling stuff, trying to figure out how to do this, and asking like my other like people that I knew with podcasts, like asking them how they got their start. We did have like technical difficulties with listening to like our first couple episodes. We was using a platform and it wasn't the best. Like our first episode sounds different because we use a different mic. We had to figure all of that stuff out from scratch and whatever actually worked best for us, because like even though we got advice from other podcasts, it's kind of like ours was still very unique. Like I'm in Maryland and both of them are in South Carolina. So it's kind of like we had to find a way to record, but also make it sound like we're all in the same room and actually have flow like we're all in the same room. That when people listen to it, it don't sound like a phone call. It actually sounds like we're in a studio giving out content.
Yeah. Not like the phone call that you're on right now on my show. I got you.
It's okay. It's okay. It still sounds really good though. Like our first one, like I don't even remember what we were using to like edit and like actually record the tracks, but it was horrible. Like we have like an editor each week. Like we all take turns, of course, but like when we had to edit that, it was hell. Like
I almost cried.
It was like literally, it took like 5 or 6 hours to edit.
I've been there.
A 45-minute episode.
Yes, I've been there.
There's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, and that's part of the journey, you know, because I started with an iPad, a USB microphone, sitting in my closet recording. That was episode 1. So to go from there to here, And it's been a journey. And I did that by design too, because I wanted people to hear me struggle and try to figure out how to do this shit. I even had that in my opening show descriptions that I'm learning. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And, over time I started catching it and picking it up and everything. And y'all changed y'all logo pretty quick. I'm looking at the first episode, which was July 3rd. And it went from the 2 strips of bacon and a little pan with the egg in it and some trees, some little cute clip art to what we got now. Oh yeah, I see that now. Yeah, y'all changed that pretty quick. It was like you had it for one episode and it was like, fuck this couch, we go on to something else. Cool. All right, so what do you enjoy about podcasting so far?
Our listeners. Yeah, I would like to say the response we get from people, like we'll get comments on social media, be like, "We love you guys," or "I needed this episode," like stuff like that. So that inspires us to keep going and do what we do.
Word. So
I like finding content like throughout the week when something come up. I'm like, "Ooh, I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast." Yeah, that's true. I love that. Like when something happens, I'm like, "Ooh, this would be a good topic on the podcast." That's like all I think. I think that's all I think about now. Like when I hear something or if I see something, I'm like, "Ooh, can you write this down somewhere?" Because this is good.
I screenshot it because I hear something about, "Oh, that'd be a good intro song," or "That'd be a good extra song." Like I was just everything like goes back to WEC, like everything.
Word. Yeah, that's cool. Because I mean, you, unlike myself, I deal with other people. I don't have like a co-host or anything like that. So it's just me every episode, jaw jacking and shit. It's kind of hard to talk about, bounce stuff off of somebody when I ain't got nobody here. So, but you have that all the time. Now, I haven't really gotten to a lot of the episodes or whatever, but do y'all have guests on your show?
Yes, yeah, we do.
Word. So, I mean, what's the...
We haven't had...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say we haven't had any for season 2 yet, but we have some lined up. But yeah, we love having guests on the episode because it kind of brings in a different, perspective depending on the topic of the episode. So,
word. Because it's like, they hear you week to week and they kind of feel your personality out throughout the episodes and whatnot. To introduce a foreign entity in there with it's just like Shazam. There's all kind of madness going on.
Right.
Cool. So you're fresh, you're new and everything. I mean, you're enjoying the process so far. Hate editing like myself. And what else do you believe that if the podcast continue to roll on as expected, what was something that you think you want to incorporate into your show? Like adding some new segment or, maybe going into doing video with the podcast, or what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I've been looking real raggedy when we were recording, so I don't know about the video part right now. Like I literally took a shower and I'm in here in pajamas right now. So
yeah, I understand.
Maybe gotta get my episodes. We can like live record an episode or two, but yeah, not every episode.
Yeah, you can be like how them newscasters do. They just sit behind the desk from the waist up, so all you see is the top.
Yeah.
You have your boxer shorts on the bottom. So yeah, I mean, all you had to do is from the bust up for y'all, because y'all ladies, that's how y'all get the content in there. Because so
right.
But from there down, I mean, it's whatever. So I mean, have y'all had even what is your interactions like on social media? Since you are 3 attractive ladies doing a freaking public forum, as podcast is. What are your have anybody came at you sideways? How many dick pics have you gotten so far?
Oh,
absolutely. Listen, I can speak about it, but I'm not.
Okay, so why would you even say it? You got me all intrigued and shit. You just back the hell on, just like a goddamn.
We have
woman.
like a Facebook group.
Yeah,
we have a Facebook group, and right now we're at I think it's like just 250 members, but we appreciate all of you. Mm-hmm. So we kind of like interact with them throughout the day. posting memes and just different discussion questions. And sometimes conversations can go sideways. I know I've had a few people like slid in my DMs. Some people got blocked, but I mean, it's fun. It's not, anything rude or disrespectful, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's cool, like having people in a group that belongs to us.
Yeah.
I'm in other groups, other podcast groups on social media, but it's cool to say this is my group. So I don't know. I like it.
Word. Cool. What about the other two?
I don't got shit to say about it, but go ahead, Courtney.
When I'm on a more positive note, I just like, because most of our followers know us personally, so we interact with them, on a daily basis through our Facebook group, Instagram. We kind of interact with people. Twitter, that's how we linked up on Twitter. So it's like I haven't had any crazy instances, a little, maybe one or two disguised shots being shot. But other than that, we kept it professional. Gotta keep the brand clean.
Okay, good to go. So 22 episodes in, what has been your favorite episode so far that you can recall?
I would say for me, I like to For the Black Woman and For the Black Man. Those are my two favorite episodes because we're kind of getting personal as to what it's like being a Black woman, and we kind of invited a guest for the Black man to get his perspective of how life is as a Black person, as a Black man. So I think those are my two favorites.
Word.
I was going to say Computer Love. We did that with Quentin. I really liked that episode because it was really funny. He's really funny. And also, What That Mouth Do was funny too. I was thinking. So yeah, those are probably my two favorite episodes.
Word.
I only got one, and it's only because I can think of one line from that episode, and it makes me it puts me out on the floor every time I think about it. And it's Letter to My Ex.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Offbeat. That's it. Every time I think about, I said this, but I don't know why I said it. But when I listen back to it, it's the funniest shit ever. I don't know why I call my ex Offbeat, but I don't know. But that's my favorite episode because every time I listen to it, it cracks me the fuck up. I can't.
So you say every time you listen to it. How often do y'all listen to your show?
I used to listen to it a lot more last season. I try not to listen to it every episode this season.
Yeah.
Because I really want to get a good idea of the actual people that are listening to it instead of me playing it every day.
Okay, I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. I listen to it because I edit all my shit, so I have to listen to it. But if it's one where we have a good conversation, whatever, and I find myself laughing more than usual, or whatever, I'll usually go back and listen to that episode over and over again. Well, not over and over again, but again. So out of 207 or so episodes or whatever, I got a couple of them that gave me a good chuckle. But what are your future ambitions for your podcast? How long do you foresee it going? I mean, shit happens or whatever, but as of now, you're still fresh into it. 22 episodes, on the verge of 23, and we ain't stopping now. So what is the future like for Baecon, Egg, and Trees? Got to put the emphasis on that, because otherwise it's gonna just sound like bacon.
Clearly. Short-term goals, I would say we're trying to get on Apple. That's the short-term goal we have. Long-term for me, I would say is, collabing with celebrities and getting our name out there more to, Internationally, I would like that because I see some podcasts on Twitter who have like listeners from Kenya and Italy and things like that. So I want us to get on that level, which we will, but it's just a matter of getting there.
Yeah.
True.
You just co-signing. You got your own goals, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say short term for me, for us to get sponsorship.
Yeah.
And then long term, for us to get on the radio, have our own, I don't know, talk show, HBO, Netflix, anybody, somebody just come and give us a deal, you know?
Word. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel that. I understand that. Come on, number 3.
I have a lot of short term and long term goals.
Come on, we got
I don't
time.
even know
If you
where
got
to
time, let
start.
us know. Just pick some.
I don't even I can get really deep because I honestly have this vision to rebrand Baecon, Eggs, and Trees.
So it's gonna be Trees, Eggs.
Same podcast, different something.
Okay.
That's one, but it's only because we're kind of, I guess, so many like everybody got a podcast these days, and we really got to stand out from the rest of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, we got to rebrand it to literally make it stand out from everybody else. Because right now it's just kind of blending in with all the new podcasts. So I guess that would be like one of my first goals is to like rebrand so that we can find our niche and stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Second one would be like Xander said, to get sponsorship so we can actually get paid for doing this.
Yes.
Which kind of trickles down from the rebranding side, from like the business side of things. So I'm looking into some other like legit shit. Mm-hmm. A long-term goal. Yeah, like I be Googling stuff and like looking at like all types of like I don't know. I just be doing hella research on how to like really make this shit work.
I like that word.
Yeah, hella with extra L and there's 3 L's. A long-term goal, I guess, I don't know if it's really a goal or just kind of like I guess it is a goal, would be to make, because I feel like all the podcasts that are popular these days are based out of New York. Mm-hmm. Like there aren't really many podcasts even based out of California, surprisingly. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, it got to be another market other than New York for podcasts, because people listen to podcasts across America. Mm-hmm. Why are all the popular podcasts only from New York?
That is a good question. Because I mean, most
like the top 3 that I listen to, or the top 3, if you go on Spotify, like the top 3 or 4 podcasts, all of them are based out of New York.
But at the same
time,
I'm
just like, so.
But at the same time, who are those top 3 though?
What is it? My Favorite Murder or something like that, and then the Joe Budden podcast.
Okay.
And then whatever that news, I don't know, some news thing.
Okay, so
I don't even know what it is, but I know it's like news related.
Yeah, so
it might be like the Wall Street Journal, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So number 1, that true crime murder bullshit is just like sweeping the nation. So it just so happened to be in New York. Joe Budden is New York, I guess. So fuck it. That's where he at. If he was in Texas and he was still Joe Budden, then, you know, that's shit where he would be. Then the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street is in New York. So, I mean, that's just how it has to be. But I do understand what you're saying. Because, like, if I look at my viewership right now for the United States, my number 1 is New Jersey. That's all East Coast. So I don't get it. And then,
but I feel like it's because those are commuting states. Because I remember when I first started listening to podcasts, I was commuting like an hour and a half to work on the metro.
Makes
so I was just like, I can listen to music, but it's like I can listen to one podcast. By the time the podcast is done, I'm at work. Mm-hmm. Like you don't really commute like that in other states. I mean, I live in Maryland. I mean, people here commute, but not like they do in New York. Like you gotta get on the train and go everywhere. Everybody got headphones in. They're always listening to something. Yeah. So they have the content to listen to.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, that makes hella lot of sense. Hella.
I like the way you tell us.
And I wasn't even thinking about it because I just said it a little while ago too. It just came to me. I don't know. We on the same wavelength for the moment. But all right, so we got all 3 of your thoughts on as far as the expansion of maybe Baecon, Egg, and freaking Tree later. Because I mean, you're talking about rebranding and everything. But what?
No, it's still going to be Baecon, Eggs, and Trees, but
just the aesthetic. I see. I get.
Don't worry, it'll come soon. Don't worry, y'all will see. Don't worry, y'all.
I'm just waiting for the day. I'm just waiting for the day.
We'll let you know first.
No. Just hear me out. I'm waiting for the day when you start into your merchandising that I can get a skillet keychain with an egg in it, sprinkled with some cheese, with trees. So
that's a good idea. Let me write that down. I like that.
There you go. So I mean, I didn't put that out into the air. Maybe it'll come back to me later on down the road. But some of the things y'all talked about internationally, international recognition, getting on Apple, which I can help you with. So I mean, you can probably cross that off your list here in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Freaking celebrity guests and whatnot. What would be your ideal celebrity guest? Who would I want one from each of you. So who would you want on the show the most? Starting with Tree.
Barack Obama.
Okay.
Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, too late.
Took over.
You jumped the gun. It's okay. It's all right. We go in snake order. We go the other way.
I don't want Barack on the show. I can't talk about the shit that I talk about with Barack. Come on now. Not Uncle O. Come on now.
I mean, and I get what you're saying, because like I go back and I listen to a lot of the shit I said with different guests and whatnot, because sometimes you have your friends on there and you talk about some wild shit, and then you have people that you are interested in on, so you talk to them a certain way, and then you wind up getting your celebrity, and then you want to talk to them a certain way. So I mean, for me personally,
I'm one person. I talk to everybody the same way. That's the problem with me. That's what I'm saying. If he come on the show and be like, yeah.
But he seems like he'll just run with it though. He cool like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Barack, he's not stuck up. Or at least I don't think he is. No. I'm talking like I know him.
Yeah, he might be your bae. Okay, it's okay. I got you.
Maybe like Sasha or Maria. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one of his daughters instead.
Yeah,
I really think he's cooler than his daughters.
Yeah, the one that was smoking weed. Get her on.
Yeah, her.
that's your gateway.
Old trees, okay.
Trees. See what I'm saying? And she educated. She went to Harvard. Come on now, she's a good guest option.
I'm telling
you,
you,
better than my daddy.
That's your gateway, though. I mean, you get her in there, you get good with her, then you can get to Pops later.
And your mama. I actually want Michelle instead of Barack. I like Michelle better, honestly. That's a good one too.
I know, but like I said,
you definitely can't do no cursing on that episode.
Yeah, you get in, but I'm saying you get in good with the girl, you can probably get them both. So there you go. I mean, you get the whole squad on. All right, so what's the other two? I got to hear the other two now.
Whoopi Goldberg.
That would be fun.
The other two.
I just posted a picture of her today on my Twitter. And it was I think her via Jumpin' Jack Flash when she was young and the dreads was still small. So yeah, Whoopi would be good.
Cool. She also has a line of like weed products for women. So
did you say weed or weave?
Like weed, cannabis infused.
Ah, there we are. Because I thought
for women.
Thought you said weave with a V. Putting some,
oh no,
Whoopi got some hair extensions. So.
She actually don't even have dreads. Those fake. Did y'all know that? Put y'all on game.
Yeah, I mean them blonde ones that you got in look like fucking yarn and shit. So yeah, something suspect about that. All right, so we got Whoopi. We got at least one of them Obamas. What's the third one?
The Obamas. I don't know, for me, I don't know if I'm speaking as a fan, but I would like to have Big Crit on the show.
I knew you was going to say that shit. I was like, when he asked this question, I was like, watch Courtney say Big Crit.
Mm-hmm. And then she acted like she was thinking about it.
I was waiting on it. I knew it was coming.
And man, he's like the one. He's a powerhouse. He's a rapper. He's a producer. He can sing a little bit. Like, come on.
Nah, I don't know. That sounds like you want a date instead of an interview.
I'm going to say, Big Crit, come on, get on the show doing is talk slow, get Courtney all hot and bothered, and we're going to never finish the episode.
I'll be professional, okay?
We will finish because I will hang up. All right, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, y'all boys. Right up.
Be safe.
Okay. So we got the celebrities out of the way or whatever. As far as we talked of sponsorship and whatnot. Who do you think would be the ideal sponsor for your brand of content?
Raw papers, please sponsor me. Oh, and big lighters. Both my bics died, so I'm really.
Are you talking?
Y'all, I'm sad. Like I don't have no lighter in here. I'll keep forgetting to go get one.
Are you talking you individually or the group?
Apparently, no, the group. My friends were weed. They got to burn the end of them braids or something. Big, come on now. My friends light candles. Don't y'all? Y'all got candles in your house?
Yes.
Exactly. Big. Come on now. Send us a torch. Some lighters, please. The small ones, the big ones. It don't matter. Scorpio, you want to give me the one with.
Oh my God.
Okay. Very adamant about this one.
Raw papers. Like, seriously. Okay, let me think about something that's going to be
No. That's in the air.
Hold on.
That's in the air. You can't take it back now. So we got big lighters. We got raw papers. What else we got? What else we looking at?
Tyler Perry can sponsor us.
Delta flights sponsor us. I'm trying to live my best life. Delta. Send us some tickets.
Word. And I can understand that being a podcast or whatever, because I mean, it's hard to do these conversations sometimes over the phone or Skype or whatever it is. You want to feel the vibe of being in the same room with your guest and whatnot. So yeah. I can feel that. I mean, Delta, if you're listening, the ladies would like to be sponsored by you. Spirit and Frontier, go fuck yourself.
Oh no, ma'am.
Yeah. I was gonna say Spirit though, because we've used Spirit twice to go to Taze, and all right, now the first time they did mess up because they canceled our flight the morning of, but when we went the last time, it was good. So I mean, if they can get their act together, then they'll be all right. And then Courtney did say Tyler Perry, because we talk about Tyler Perry every episode. I mean, because he's always doing something, so we're always bringing him up. But I mean, he got the money to spend. I mean,
Yeah. And I've kind of toned down on my Tyler Perry content and whatnot. I'm not so much looking forward to the TV shows and all that stuff, but I respect everything that he's doing behind the scenes and whatnot. Opening up that studio in Atlanta. I want to go take a fucking tour. That shit looks amazing.
Wow. Oh, what?
Yeah. Y'all didn't.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I want to go see it. I just want to see it with my own eyeballs and in person. I want to feel my feet on the ground in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so,
that's amazing.
I mean, much respect to that dude. He's just opening up all the doors for all of us to do bigger and better things. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Motherfucker got his own Hollywood Walk of Fame up in the motherfucking studio. God damn it.
Yes.
And I
his own White House.
Yeah, got his own White House. He should paint it black. And then he got just acres upon acres upon acres upon acres, acres upon acres, so he can build more shit when he get ready. And that's just fucking crazy.
Right. And his shows come on tonight. I'm definitely gonna watch once we're done recording.
Yeah, I'll hear my wife talk about it. I won't watch it, but because I mean, to me,
you should watch at least one episode.
I mean, I chime in here and there because, like I said, my wife watch a lot of his stuff and whatnot. It just kind of burned me out because it's either that's not really your mama, that's your auntie, and he secretly gay, and goddamn, he raped her when she was young and had a baby and gave it away.
Yeah, we all have the same storyline, honestly.
So I mean, that's kind of what burned me out on the content aspect of the thing. But I mean, everything that he's doing behind the scenes, I respect it and I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
And then this motherfucker duped me. He said he was doing a farewell tour for Medea. I went to that motherfucker, and then now he's doing another one. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I saw the tour as well, last year, and then I think he was just doing a couple more cities.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was something where the shows that he did in those cities, they sold out fast, and maybe he felt like everyone who wanted to see Medea didn't get a chance to do it, so he's doing it again. But it was really good.
Yeah, I get it. He's probably scooping up the places that he missed or, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much respect. But you can't say farewell and stop and then be like, oh, we're going to say farewell some more. Nah, it don't work like that.
I ain't done yet.
I ain't done yet. Say you taking a sabbatical.
He getting every last dollar.
Yeah,
I thought we need a food.
Say what now?
Chick-fil-A. We talk about Chick-fil-A too. Oh yeah, they can sponsor us too.
Who's that?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, not on Sundays though.
That's all right.
You got to stockpile on Saturday if you're going to record on Sunday. I don't know.
Well, we usually record on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
and we drop
good.
on Saturday, so we'll be good.
Yeah, you
right
in that span. You right in that span. Sunday is a day of rest anyway, so I mean,
yeah,
I got you.
Amen.
Oh, look at that! It's synchronized too. Yes. Okay. So, man, I think we got the full gambit of the Baecon, Egg, and Trees podcast and everything. We got some of your long-term goals. We got some of your short-term goals and whatnot. We got the genesis, how it all came to be, how y'all high-fived and it was like, podcast, and jumped in the air and shit. So, before we go, let everyone know where they can find you and your content on social media. Got the throat clear and everything.
On Facebook, you can join our Facebook group and add us at Baecon, Eggs, and Trees, the podcast. Instagram, Baecon, Eggs, Trees, _podcast, and Twitter at Baecon, Eggs, Trees. And please make sure that you're spelling it BAECON, Eggs, Trees, so you can find us. And we also have a phone number too that you can text us.
Shoot it out. Don't send no dick pics though.
240-427-5070. And you can call or text.
Word.
Or leave a voicemail.
Word.
It works like a regular phone, people.
Word. Cool. I dig it. So, as it has always been and shall be ongoing, you have been a guest of the show once. So, you are always welcome back. The door is open for you to come in, come bullshit with your boy, or promote your next big thing that you're going on. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you for giving me your time.
We do this on our show. But. When something is lit, so.
There it is. That's how we sign off. And that was the lovely young ladies from the Baecon, Eggs, and Trees podcast. Whenever you get the time, go ahead and look down in the show description, follow them on social media, and give their show a try. It was great to hear how, young ladies living their best life, smoking trees and doing things, eating foods from all exotic places and whatnot, except for kangaroo, because it was kind of a little sore spot for them. They didn't want me to eat little roo from the 100 Acre Wood and all that. So, they had some umbrage with my food choices. But in any case, once again, check the show out. And yeah. So it's another episode in the books, and man, I'm feeling good right now. There's a lot of personal life changes going on. I'm starting to kind of enjoy doing these little video episodes that we got coming up here and there. I'm still looking for some candidates to come stroll with me through Walmart and do some more Walmart log interviews. So look forward to some more of those from the local homies here in H-Town, and quite possibly, whenever I do some traveling here in the near future, I might be branching out to maybe somewhere in a town near you to where we can go on to Walmart and do some interview stuff and whatnot. As I record this, I am here wee hours of the morning, which, a little after midnight. I would be up anyway if I wasn't doing this episode, recording and editing, because I've been playing that new Call of Duty, man. So you can check me out, just sitting there getting my ass shot all to bits on Mixer. I'm experimenting with Twitch as well, but most of the content is on Mixer. And you can do that at B_Rob Serious. That's Rob Serious is all one word. So that's B_Rob Serious on Mixer, or you can go to mixer.com/B_Rob Serious. So you can watch me sit there and get smoked by all these young cats, all the motherfuckers that ain't got no life and all they do all day is play video games. So you have that. And, yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I don't even really know what I'm doing because I had a whole thing about, and you might have heard it on past episodes of this show, to where I didn't understand motherfuckers playing video games, you know, watching motherfuckers play video games and shit. I want to play the video games myself, but you know, on one of these episodes that I had with the Garbled podcast, which will be out here in the future, we were talking about just, it's another way to reach another audience, you know, because there are some people who thoroughly love sitting there watching other people play video games. So, you know, you being a content creator and you just trying to get yourself out there to a wider range of individuals and whatnot, why not exhaust all your options? Hell, it's a free account. You don't have to pay for that shit. So why not? I just get in front of the freaking Xbox, turn that bitch on, and I just play games like normal. I mean, I haven't really had anybody that I know get on with me and we had, you know, conversation and just banter and shit, but it's just me sitting in front of a camera playing motherfucking video games for the most part. So nothing really exciting. You can watch me fail horribly, or you can watch me win, you know, triumphantly. So, you know, pick your poison, either or. And yeah, so before I get into my normal shtick and whatnot, and I'm going to turn the camera on for this one. 1 second. Boom. Here we are. So it's been brought to my attention that I have a hit list. I'm a hired assassin and everything now. So I got a request from the homie Roll Santos Jr. And he requested that I call a couple of people motherfuckers. So, you know, it's been a while. You sent me this back in January, and honestly, I'm looking into the camera. You can see my face. You can see the sincerity in my eyes. I am truly sorry because I have been forgetting. I have the things bookmarked though. So I just forgot to come look at my bookmarks so I can carry out this task that I've been assigned to do. So here's the list. We're starting with number 1, Fear Ennis. You motherfucker. You up North American, you Canadian, you weed smoking, content creating motherfucker, you. Yeah, you. All right, who else we got? We got Vengeful Jedi. Oh, you motherfucker, you video game playing fucking 38 podcast having ass motherfucker, you. I was about to say son of a bitch, but that's not what I was hired for. I'm here to call you a motherfucker. Oh, the homie. Hold on. This is a little personal. Sean Fuller. You motherfucker. You old sometime podcasting ass, getting newly married and living your best life ass. Oh, freaking picking up a new trade and succeeding at it and being successful ass motherfucker. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. It's horribly awkward that I got to stare in this camera and call you a motherfucker. But hey, man, there's been a price put on your head, and this is me cashing in on that. You know, you motherfucker, you. And lastly on the list, Epic Film Guys. You movie reviewing, goddamn theater sponsored by ass. Oh, pip pip cheerio. You ain't British or have an accent, but that just was sprung into my head. Oh, freaking social media having ass. Goddamn, your profile look crazy ass motherfuckers, you. So there, telling jokes since 2014, having longevity, successful podcast having ass motherfuckers, you. Shit. So, Ro, there you go, man. My obligations have been complete. And if anybody else has anyone else that they would like for me to call a motherfucker, either on camera or in audio form as you hear now, hit me up at 3R Show. So that's done and out of the way. I can take that out of my bookmarks. I'm going to retweet that and freaking let Ro know that the task has been complete. All right. Here we go. I'm doing it in real time, so excuse my silence. Oh boy. That was kind of fun. So once again, if you got anybody you want to get motherfuckered, just let me know and I motherfucker them up. All right. And tweet sent. Ooh, got a live sneeze. Goddamn, I got it on my arm. Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry about that. And I'm not going to edit it out because I don't give a fuck. That's what happens with longevity. You stop giving a fuck about certain things. All right. And sent. So let me get my normal bullshit out of the way so we can close this out properly. As once said, you can follow me on Twitter at 3R Show. You can follow me on Instagram at the 3R Show. You can follow me on Facebook by searching the Random Rambles with Rob or going to facebook.com/3R Show. You can look up the new video content and some old video content on YouTube at 3R Show. I know it's not no at or anything, but search 3R Show and you find my shit. And for everything that I have may forgotten, you can find on randomrob.com. And speaking of randomrob.com, there's many different ways that you can help support this show by buying merchandise. You know, hats, shirts, freaking cups, pencils, pens. I don't think I have pencils or pens, but I got stickers and all kind of other crazy things on there. You can also use my Amazon links to where if you go to amazon.com and you buy anything using my links, I get a kickback off your purchase. You don't pay anything extra and it helps support the show. And if you want to donate materials, equipment to the show, you can lick. Yeah, you can lick it also sensually. Let me put that sensual music on right now. But you can hit the wish list link. I have equipment that would help out the show tremendously, and you can donate that to me. Also, there's a Patreon, only 2 tiers, $1. It shows your support for the show, and you can get some cool free goodies and whatnot. And there's the $10 tier. That's if you want extra content, extra material from me. And, you know, you can just pay that $10 and there it is. I do extra shit for you. That's my song and dance. And what else? If you just want to give me one-time cash, just cash for my birthday coming up, then my PayPal and Cash App is all on the website. And that's it for monetary things. Also, other things that you can spend your monies with is the sponsors. Poddex.com. Go to Poddex and get you some tools for your toolbox. I like to say it's for veteran and amateur podcasts alike. I believe the ladies from Baecon, Egg, and Trees could benefit from some of these card decks and whatnot. So it's just to liven up the conversation, you know, get you thinking in different ways and to help you in your podcasting journey. So go to poddex.com, order you some cards, and you can get 10% off your order if you use promo code RANDOM. Also, you can go to hooksrubsandspices.com or hooksrubs.com. I believe they have their own official website, but for purchasing, you go to hooksrubsandspices.etsy.com and you can get some delicious seasonings and rubs for your meats and whatnot, you know? So whenever you buy some delicious Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, you can get 15% off your order if you use promo code RANDOM. Now, recue that sensual music. Because we get into the sponsor that everybody thoroughly enjoys. And I believe if you was in the mood and you was using this product, you would be thoroughly in the mood as well. I'm talking about Blue Chew, baby. You know, if you heard of Viagra or Cialis, it's the same thing, but better. Is in a chewable form, so it takes effect up to 2 times faster. And the benefit is you can take it on an empty or full stomach. So, I mean, you take the baby out for some bacon, egg, and cheese and whatnot, and you can take that beforehand, or you can take it, you know, after you got your belly full. Then you can get her belly full of that dick. That penis. Go to bluechew.com. That's BLUE chew.com. Use promo code RANDOM and you can get your first order for free. Only pay $5 shipping. I have fun doing that one. That shit fun as fuck. But anyway, I appreciate you for listening to the show. And one more thing before we go. The most important way that you can help this podcast or any other podcast that you listen to, and it won't cost you a dime of your money, and it's writing reviews. You're liking, you're subscribing, you're retweeting, you're doing all these things to help support the podcast that you enjoy, that you like, and you help them be seen. You help them be recognized. It helps the show tremendously. And as of right now, speaking of reviews on Apple Podcast, I'm sitting at 93 reviews. My goal is to hit 100 by March 29th, which is my birthday. So if you can help me out, I would very much so appreciate it. Your birthday gift to me, and it costs you absolutely nothing, is to write me a review on Apple Podcasts. So we're trying to hit 100 by March 29th. So go ahead and get in there. It'll take you less than 15 seconds. So I'd appreciate it if you do that. And with that being said, that's all I got. And I'll see you next time.